Hello, Ishaan. Everyone,
Hey, hello everyone. Let's wait for a couple of minutes, Harneet. Been a while. We even forgot to play the intro video that we used to do earlier.
I think we're losing our touch, but I think yeah, we'll be doing these sessions more often going forward. I think
Yeah.
it's one of those many for this year.
Yep. Nice. All right. So how are you, Harneet? We've been catching up on quite a while, but it's like on like a personal basis. But how's life? How are things?
It's going really well, Ishaan. I think we had been discussing about this right earlier as well. So the CreatorCon being very close to us because I think you started presenting quite a few times before, but for me it was the first time last time, and again I've got the opportunity to present this time as well. So again, quite exciting times ahead. I'm looking forward to knowledge, what brings knowledge for us in 2024.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. Like we are here to talk about CreatorCon, which is like the m- probably the most interesting area that we have in knowledge, or the part of service now knowledge that happens every year. And yeah, so like let's start off. Let's do a quick round of introduction. So usually, again, the audience might know we usually have a guest with us on these streams, but today me and Harneet, we thought we'll just do a session to kick off the year, right? Uh, yeah, pretty late in the year, but yeah, you know. Hey, so starting with you, Harneet, let's go ahead.
All right, thanks, Ishan. So, hi everyone, my name is Harneet. I'm a certified technical architect. I'm working with Accenture at the moment. It's been 8 years I've been in the ServiceNow ecosystem. I have been a presenter at CreatorCon last year. And again, as I said earlier, I'll be presenting at CreatorCon this year as well. So, that's me. What do you, Ishan?
Nice. So yeah, myself Ishan. I'm a certified technical architect working at EY, and it's been like, and also a ServiceNow developer MVP, and it's been like almost 6+ years with the platform, I would say. And yeah, just loving how the journey is going. And yeah, talking about CreatorCon, so I've been a part of CreatorCons 2 to 3 times. I'll talk about it, and also discuss the memories from those CreatorCons that I've attended. And yeah, been a speaker at Knowledge CreatorCon 22, and also at Knowledge CreatorCon 23 too. Nice. All right. So what
Okay.
do we have? Favorite
So, Ishan, would
memories.
you like to, yeah, share your experiences first? So, how did you feel when that first email came in where your session was selected for CreatorCon, and then following it, how did you feel? And then obviously you presented in knowledge. So if you've got any photographs or any memories from there, obviously the people would love to see it.
Yeah, yeah. So I definitely have some photos that I shared on LinkedIn as well. I'll just use that as a reference to showcase with everyone other memories. But to talk about it, uh, all these sessions, right? Like talking about speaking at CreatorCon, it's a experience in itself. I mean, it just helps you grow as a speaker. That builds you that confidence. So and you have to start early, right? So the nominations or the sessions that what do you call that, call for content comes in around October, which is previous year with the knowledges. So let's say for knowledge 24, the call for content was open around October, and it goes around for a month or so, and then the entries get closed off. And if you are lucky enough, your session gets selected, because there's a lot of competition, people getting into the creator concessions, especially like knowledge ones are still like there's a lot of bandwidth to get a session in as a knowledge speaker. But CreatorCon, it's a confined area for developers, something unique that you have built, something that you think can help other developers. You don't need anything fancy over there, but again, it has to be fancy in itself as well. So yeah, I applied for my first session in October 21. And yeah, post the submission, before the submissions when the submissions were, call for content was open, like there are uh, sessions with the developer advocates, Chuck and Jason Mackey. Everyone is there to help you build that agenda, build that topic for your session before you are finally hitting that submit button. So I attended those sessions. They basically ask you what topics you are comfortable with and what is your interest area in service now. Have you built something exciting? So uh, I attended those sessions, came up with the idea, and I filed in a session for Knowledge 22. So Knowledge 22 was not in Vegas; it was just in Sydney. I attended the Sydney one. We had four knowledge across the world at the
Yeah.
moment, but because the things were settling down, right? So like the COVID thing, like the pandemic was settling down, and the things were starting to get normal at that point in time. And yeah, when my session got approved, the topic was integration of ETL, so automate user provision. Sorry, the topic was integration hub and automating user provisioning using integration hub under 3 minutes. So yeah, it was a experience in itself. I'll just share my screen as well and show you some photos around the same.
Okay, would love to see them. Not that I've not seen them before, but yeah, it's for the people who are watching this live stream.
Yeah, is my screen visible now, Aneet?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, and the the best part, I totally just missed that one. So this is where my session started, and Chuck was also here. I met Chuck for the first time at Knowledge 2022, CreatorCon 2022, and like he basically gave an intro that Ishaan will be speaking on this topic, and he's an MVP. And so it was just an honor, meeting the legend for the first time, and he's giving you a opening speech. So yeah, it was a full house again. And if I just go to the next one, so before the session, like while we are going through these photos underneath, I was totally nervous. I had no idea what's gonna happen. So I was like, I don't know what, but the thing that I gave had in myself was that I know what I'm talking about. I know it's going to be good. I can take any questions that come through. And yeah, that's how I went in. And after the session, I was like, I nailed it. So I totally loved it. And yeah, this is me. Had a few friends taking photos, and we can see a few other MVPs, Sharon,
Yeah, I can see
Dhruv,
Sarah.
Sarah
Yeah.
in the background. Yeah, and this was a full house. Like the seats were completely full. I was just blown away, and that's also a nervous point. Like when you're speaking, probably for the first time at such a level, you think that will people be coming to my session or not. So that's another thing you think about. And looking at the audience, I was like, it's just amazing. So yeah,
I think you get nervous as well, right? Like
yeah,
initially, if you are thinking that you don't have too many people
yeah,
showing up, but then suddenly a lot of people show up, then you
yeah.
get a bit nervous around, what sort of questions would be coming around in those sessions. So while I share my feedback, I have very much similar feedback, Ishan, that you had presenting first time because I did it for the first time last year as well. So
Yep.
I'll pick that up.
Yeah. And yeah, it was just amazing. So once I was through this session, I was like, Ishan, that's amazing, and you have to do it again. So that was the next thing on my mind. So I have to present at Knowledge 23 too. And yeah, so that also happened going down the line. But yeah, talking about other things that I experienced at Knowledge, that it's like a confined area where I got the all the technical people talking about each other, sharing interesting things. It was not just my session, like we had few other sessions as well, and everyone is talking about various like I still remember, don't remember the name, but we had someone presenting. They built a small utility where when you modify a out of the box element, it basically
Hmm.
changes the color of that record. So let's say there was out of the box business rule. If it has been updated, the color of that color of that record got changed from green to blue or red. So basically that easily from just the list record, person can say, yeah, this has been modified. So it's like a very small thing, like adding a style, and probably a utility that someone has built, but sharing that with others, sharing how that has been built and how that has helped, also gives an idea that if someone gets that use case. So yeah, uh, you know,
I
anything you
think,
want
yeah,
to
I
say?
remember a similar one from this year's CreatorCon. I think Adam presented this. It was around, if I'm not mistaken, around how do we manage the variables in ServiceNow, and then what's the difference between having 0 records being returned or 1 record being returned. I think that was really amazing session. I think it went very much deep into what the technical terms are, and that is where this CreatorCon is more focused on, right? So the
Yeah,
developers learning from other developers, so what mistakes they've made, what new things that's come up on the platform that can help you
yeah.
to get things done faster. So yeah, very much similar feedback on those lines as well.
Yeah, and it's not just having these sessions or speaking at CreatorCon. There's a lot
Yeah,
of fun that goes. So we have got 3D printers. You can print your name tags. You can. I think I might be having one or two name tags over here. So you can print your name tags. You can have stuff printed, and which is you can take home as a souvenir, right? So I might fetch it, in a moment. It would be just here. So things like that. There are also games. So before 2022, which was my first knowledge, actual knowledge, I also got the chance of attending. Uh, Now at Work 2019. So Now at Work is something like like a world forum. Back
okay,
so it's
localized.
like it's like a small event, but again they had CreatorCon there as well. And
Nice.
like we had a brew ops challenge going on over there. So we went in there. It's back in 2019, and I still remember my like we had multiple teams from our organization, right? But we happened to be there, and they were using simple functionality like transform map, bringing in the data, passing the data that goes through a flow. And so there are various sort of competitions also going on in there. So I'll just share my screen again and show you a photo. We actually won one of the rounds.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, so we we got we got a Google Home. So each of us, three of us, got the Google Home. So he's Anas, he's Asif, and that's me. So we each of us got the Google Home. Participating in the Brew Ops challenge. And it's like, because this was a small scale event, similar to this, again we have got hackathon that happens in CreatorCon, right? So in the Knowledge 2023 hackathon was there. So a lot of fun activities also happen in there. So if you want to have fun at Knowledge, you can go just to the CreatorCon area and just gel up with everyone, play games. These challenges, hackathons happen over there. And then uh,
I think I remember a game we played, right? I think we were part of the same
yeah,
team, you, me,
yeah,
Martin, the Family Feud game. It was
yeah,
built on the ServiceNow platform. I
I
believe it was Chuck and his wife who built
yeah,
that.
yes.
I think I don't
So
know if you've got any memories from that. It was
yeah,
really amazing. I think it was a set of questions on.
yes,
I
yes.
think
So
it's based on
we
a game show, if I'm not mistaken. It's a US
yeah,
based game show,
yeah, yeah,
and the theme was almost replicated onto having ServiceNow questions and then guessing
yes,
which one's the most accurate answer that people
yes,
usually predict when they hear a word or they hear a sentence.
yep.
So it was really amazing.
So I'm trying to find that photo too. I think I had one at least. Yeah, let me share my screen again. So I'm sharing my screen a
Go for
lot.
it.
Looks like.
That's all right. Go for it.
So yeah, this is the photo, right? All of us like participate.
Exactly. Yeah, that's us.
Yeah. So yeah, again, this was a fun game as well. Like we had two teams, Family Feud, few questions. So Chuck, all this while, I think quite a bit of time before Knowledge, Chuck was sharing Google Forms on LinkedIn. Asking everyone to fill that up, answer that question, and all
Whatever
of
comes
those
to your mind
questions.
when you hear a word.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we used to
yeah.
fill in all those
Yeah,
answers.
yeah, and yeah,
And
it's us, right? So me, Maya, yourself, Martin, Atul is there, so Raj is there, and then we had Carlene's team. So
yep.
Sharon is there. I think Astrid was also a part of their team. So yeah, it was fun, right? And we were just not one team, so multiple people participated, and we lost.
It was fun because we were the first teams who were participating, right? Between our team and.
Yeah,
Carlene's team. But yeah, I think
yeah.
this was the first ones we were doing it for the first time. Again, a lot of new things were coming up. We didn't know how to answer that questions. And I think one of those questions that I remember and that was really funny is what are different type of reports? Um, I
In
forgot.
service now, and one of there were
Yeah,
some weird answers too. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And you're just basically supposed to guess if that comes up in those top eight answers, you basically get a score. So let's say if 30 people have said pie
Mm,
chart is one of the reports,
yeah.
and if it's got more scoring, let's say 30 people said that pie chart is one of them, but only 20 people said bar chart, and if you select pie, you obviously get 30 points rather than getting 20 points. So
Mm,
that's how the whole scoring works. How popular that specific word is, and who guesses this first. I think obviously we had a buzzer as well, if I'm not wrong. So whoever
yeah,
presses
there
the
was a
buzzer
buzzer.
first
There was a buzzer.
goes
Yes.
goes first to answer that. And yeah, I mean it was really fun. Yeah. So as Ishan was saying this earlier, right?
Yeah.
CreatorCon is not just about presenting. It's also about listening to the different experiences from different developers, but then also as we go, enjoy these moments while we are at it. So Ishan, I
Yeah.
think there was. Would you like to actually talk a little bit about the CreatorCon? Um, I'm sorry, I don't remember the word that it's called, but that happens on the last day of your knowledge, wherein it's more developer focused demos or showcases being done by the developer advocates. I
Mm.
remember in 2023 it was Chuck and Lauren who did those sessions.
Oh,
So around
great.
what's the new sort of
Yeah.
configurations, new products
Okay,
that are
okay,
coming up
okay. Yeah,
for the
yeah, yeah. The
developers,
CreatorCon keynote, right? I think you're
the
talking
keynotes.
about.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, the keynote.
Yeah. So
My bad.
keynote, right? Keynote again. CreatorCon, like knowledge keynote. CreatorCon has its own keynote as well. And it's again just purely talking about what's coming in new in the platform, what are the capabilities that we can look at here, hearing some developer stories. So uh, that we had Ebony, I think, right, talking about how she got into service now and where she is at right now.
Exactly.
So that, yeah, that was again a very inspiring story that we had. And yeah, what else? Like we got the flow, text to flow, just a demo of that in the
Yep.
CreatorCon keynote. Yeah, that was not live. So yeah, we saw how a flow is being built just by a line of code and the Now Assist. We saw a small demo of Now Assist. So all the product
The code
managers
being written
coming.
as soon as you type it in the
Yeah,
comments, say if I want to
yeah,
code that. And honestly, I've used it as well. It's really funny and it's really effective because
nice.
I never thought that if I write say something in a very layman language to create
Mm,
me a code for it. So again, an example that I took was again creating a 6-digit OTP similar to what Google does
mhm.
in ServiceNow, and that code was pretty brilliant. And again, I also gave in an input saying that no two digits should get repeated. So obviously, all of that is pretty brilliant. So I think you're absolutely bang on there. So
Nice.
the sort of
I
effectiveness of these applications in the developer ecosystem, I think yeah, that comes out of from CreatorCons, and really looking forward to what they have for 2024.
Yeah. I haven't got a chance to work on GenAI, Now Assist in service now as yet. So let's see when that happens.
I think if I'm not mistaken, Mark or Martin posted about it. So there are developer instances being provided for free at the back of a Now Learning course. And again, this Now Learning course is more focused around GenAI use cases, and you
Mm,
actually get this plugin installed because you cannot have it on your personal instance. You need to have those dedicated instances where you can try this out. So
mm,
it's really good.
yeah. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I think that's pretty much from my past experiences. Like to 19 and 22. So I've attended two knowledges until now, like 22 and 23. And before I come to 23, I think Harneet, let's probably start with you because we attended the 20 like last year. The knowledge we attended was together, and like I'll feel in we were together the most of the time. I think, right? So yeah,
I
let's
think
go.
all thanks to Ishan because Ishan introduced me to this concept around what really happens around CreatorCon. How do you submit a session at CreatorCon? Because that basically was my sort of an entry point into the developers area. Because obviously we do work on a lot of things on our projects, but we don't know if they are actually a use case to even present it at knowledge, and people would be interested to even learn from it. But then yes, I would like to share my screen for a minute, and I can show you. So this was an email that I got for my first session that got selected. So what I did was again, it was something that I was very closely working with. So how do we make sure that the integration designs are created considering performance in mind. So let's say if you're supposed to import 100,000 events into the platform, what are those best practices? What you should be making sure of on your designs as well as on your development practices to make sure those events are seamlessly coming into the platform. So a lot of traction over it. So again, as Ishan was sharing this story earlier, right? So I had a similar journey as well. So I went ahead with discussing what different topics can I present. Then I took them into the office hours. So these sessions that happens for call for content being hosted by the developer advocates and few of the ServiceNow people, wherein they help you to iron out your presentation ideas, the titles and the abstract, so that it makes more sense from a developer community when they read it. And then obviously when it got selected, I got this email. It was a really beautiful email, a really good feeling, because and now it was time for me to share the sort of knowledge that I've been doing on a project with more people, more technically,
Yeah.
more developer focused people at knowledge.
And the funny thing that happened here was, like I like by the time I was signing up for, because these sessions get full very very easily. Like, most
Exactly.
of the sessions are, especially the CreatorCon ones, are full already. If you try it and navigate through the agenda, I saw, I think Anders posted LinkedIn on LinkedIn yesterday that his session is already full.
Yeah.
So, similar in a similar way, her lead session was full, and I was not signed up. And because everyone who might have booked that session might have already came, and all the seats, like, they were waiting for some, no shows to happen. And that's exactly what happened. I got a seat finally, but I was waiting in line until the time or actual time of the session started. So that
Those are
was
really beautiful memories, right? Because when I went into the session, I didn't know if how many people would be actually interested in having
yeah,
these, and I think we didn't know how many slots would be or how many seats would be there in these theaters, right? But I
yeah,
went into that session. I had like about 250 people sitting in that
mm,
theater where people were just waiting for me to speak up. Again, it's a nervous feeling, Ishan, as I said earlier, right? The first time when you do it, you usually feel a bit more nervous to do that. But then,
yeah,
yeah, as soon as I was able to finish, again, I felt very confident. A lot of people came asking for questions around how certain things were done in the platform. Even got a follow-ups even after I completed the whole knowledge um,
yeah,
event. I think even I got some follow-ups over emails. I even got follow-ups from our fellow developer MVPs as well in terms of understanding how these things were built on the session. So it was really good feeling because obviously you've presented, you've gained some insights. Sorry, you've shared some insights, but then you're also getting follow-up questions. So
yeah.
everything that you've learned in that journey, you're now sharing it back with the community. So it was really good feeling.
Mm.
I do have some photographs, Sarishan, if it's okay. I'll just quickly
Yeah,
share
yeah,
just a few highlights from there. Again, I'm not going to go into deep sessions on it. But yeah, that was me. I just took a snap so that I could remember that it was 10:30 a.m. when I actually presented it it was in the Marcelo room. Um, sorry, this is not a CreatorCon photo. My bad. Yeah, there you go. So I was presenting in this slide. A lot of questions been coming after the session was completed. Just a few. My computer's just
yeah.
doing
No, but
terrible things today. But yeah, those were the memories that I had from a CreatorCon, the session that I presented. But then this slide basically I mean, this is something that I was talking about earlier as well, wherein we had this keynote, the developer specific or developer focused keynote from Chuck and Lauren,
mm,
wherein we looked at a lot of new use cases from a GenAI perspective, and also I think the workflow studio was also discussed in there, wherein it's a combined feature being available for developers to do everything in a single place. So your flows, your workflows,
yeah,
your process automation designer, everything will be now clubbed into a single screen, so that you don't have to go multiple places
mm,
to start your automation journey.
yeah.
So
And what was the idea of the coffee brew, coffee coffee shop something? Uh, like, just skipping my
yeah,
mind right now, the exact word. And again, we
I
had
think it
a
was
game in the CreatorCon section, right? So where you basically solve a game, finding some clues. It was again a computerized one. We're running with the flow designer running at the back. So yeah, it's all the fun things happen on in the CreatorCon area. So hackathon, sessions, interesting sessions, karaoke, family feud. Oh, karaoke, right? Like we missed on the karaoke bit. Yeah,
Oh
Haneet.
yeah, yeah. I think
So,
again,
so
it's all
Chuck,
coming from
yeah,
Chuck's mind, I guess. Yeah,
yeah,
all of
yeah.
these games,
So,
except for the last one that I remember Pranav created. This was at London event, but I think I'll come back on that in a few
okay,
minutes.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I think, yeah, sessions, games, challenges, hackathons. Also you get the. I also saw the brew ops. The drink maker at 23
Yep,
knowledge 23. It's also there. Making like you request a type
your
of
own.
drink, and like the service now, like flows will basically, like they've got the machinery attached to it, and it will create a drink for you. So
I
with
think they've
which
got a
is,
lot of use cases around this. So the
yeah,
IoT sort of use cases, if I'm not mistaken, wherein they connect obviously hardware with your a ServiceNow instance, or
yeah,
the API is being called from ServiceNow workflow,
yeah,
and they're doing the automations at the back of it. I think the
yeah,
what's it called? The Legos that you were just talking about earlier. So I remember Atul sharing that photograph around how he has built a palace out of the Legos
yeah.
that he got at CreatorCon. So all of those name printed Legos, the customized
Mm, yeah.
Legos. I think the coffee brewing, the games being played, all of these being created on the ServiceNow platform. All of these are really really amazing use
Mm,
cases outside of your business use cases, but then something that you can build for yourself as well. And I think I remember something between you, me, and Pranav we were trying to build before I think he became an advocate. I think while we were MVPs, we actually thought of building a game on ServiceNow,
yeah.
just for everybody
So
to.
he
And again,
before
those.
he before he became an advocate,
Yeah, I
developer
think he was a
advocate.
developer MVP, right? Back then. And then
Yeah, back then,
it was a
yeah,
transition phase for him. So we actually
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
go
yeah,
through that event.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
we actually thought of doing something on the similar lines.
yeah, yeah. Nice. So yeah, again, I'm not sure if I'm missing out something, but yeah, sessions, hackathons, challenges, games, the family feud, and karaoke. All the fun people are also in there. So like you
I think
just
this
enjoy the
is
vibe.
I think this being the 10th anniversary, I think it's going to be much, much more fun than the last 9 episodes.
Yeah.
But Jaishan, as you were talking about this earlier, right? A lot of the developer MVPs and the community people have actually shared their experiences on how they felt at CreatorCon. What were the special moments at CreatorCon? Again, we thought of doing a session because we have a lot of memories, but yeah, a lot of people have actually shared their experiences, and what we've done is we've just shared that QR code over there. So if you want to actually have a look at how other people felt, what were their experiences like,
Hmm.
feel free to go ahead and scan that QR code.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. And
I
again,
think on the sorry, Shankar.
yeah, no, Anit, yeah.
So on a closing note, Ishan, what are your expectations from this year's CreatorCon? What I mean, maybe on a if you want to go wild, what would be the best guess that what we'll be having at CreatorCon this year?
Okay. So that's like a very tough question to ask, because last year we saw Now Assist, which we were not thinking about. We thought Gen AI would be there, but let's see what do we have. I think maybe a 2x, like an advanced version of Gen AI, like maybe like we did talk about text to app last year as well. I'm not sure what's gonna happen this year. So, but yeah, I'm most likely not be able to make it this year around. So I don't have a session either. So let's see. I'll be I'll be in touch with you to get all the updates.
Absolutely, Ishan. I think for me, I think the most important stuff would be around a game that Pranav was working on. So again, just disclosing this. So Pranav and I were discussing, I think, when we met at the World Forum in London this year. So sorry, last year. My bad. It was in November last year. So I think yeah, he was discussing about a game that's getting built. I'm not sure if that's for the CreatorCon, but I'm really excited to see what sort of new games they're building on top of the platform. Obviously, the developer stuff as well. So a lot of sessions. I think yeah, once the agenda builder is out, we have looked at all the different sessions that are happening. Probably I'll start booking in some of those seats as well, so so I don't miss them out. So yeah, really looking forward for those things.
Yeah, I have another actually set of photos that I wanted to quickly show, Hanit, if you allow
No,
me.
no, absolutely go for it. Everybody
Yeah.
loves looking at more photos.
I mean, it's all on LinkedIn already. So, but again, this is the session at 23 knowledge, right? So, and I had two sessions, one knowledge and one CreatorCon. So again,
I remember
I'm
this one. I was
meeting.
sitting on the front seat.
Yeah, and this was also a funny part, right? Getting this CreatorCon session, like Shakil was the actual speaker. Then I came in, just
But
a
you
lot of
did
fun.
justice, Ishan. So
Yep. And the other part is, this is the, I think, the amazing bit that we have. So we've got probably everyone from the community on this. So we've got Mark, Dave, that's us, Paul, Corey, Mark, Hanit, and Surya, and this is me, Lauren, Sarah. So that's Dave, right? I got the chance of meeting Dave, right, too. And Chuck, yeah, Selena, Maria, Brad, Earl, everyone's there, right? So you know where to go to see all the popular folks.
and this is a mix of knowledge and creator con both. But yeah, our
Yeah.
our in excitement, we couldn't control our excitement, and hence we started sharing those photographs from knowledge as well. I think
Actually,
my photo coming up with Fred, right? Who is the co-founder of ServiceNow, was actually not at the CreatorCon session, but at the knowledge keynote. But yeah, we're just really excited about what really happens between those 3 days. Um, Us being developers focus more, so
yeah,
CreatorCon is the place where we enjoy the most.
nice. Yeah, I think, yeah, if you are going to knowledge, the place you can go and hang out is CreatorCon. So just go and enjoy, gel up with everyone, participate in all the activities. So yeah, that's my say on that. And if you're speaking, don't be nervous. It's all good. The people that who are attending those sessions are just one of us. So that's how I take it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when you start present, you try creating the slides back, right? You actually try and visualize what sort of questions would be coming back as well, because you start thinking from the developer mindset as well. So you are sort of prepared with the answers anyway to go back on if somebody ask around. And I think Insha, you were mentioning this earlier. So you feel confident when you're presenting something that you've built yourself.
Yes, because you know the reason, the like why did you build it, how have you built it. If someone asks you like a question, you immediately can respond, and because you've got that one for, first hand experience as well. Talking about like my sessions, that most of the sessions have been around integration of ETL. So that's your like my comfort zone as well, flow designer. So you don't have to go and talk about maybe discovery, event management, or service mapping over there. So it can be just like the usual stuff. I think I've lost Harneet, looks like. Hey Harneet. All right. So my friend here is gone. Hey, hi Harneet.
Hey,
There's
sorry,
no live stream without any technical glitches, right?
this never this never happens.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
I
yeah,
was
I'm so
just
sorry
speaking
about
about
my
like
internet being
how.
dropped. Yeah,
Yeah, nice. So yeah, I think that's all that I had. But so, and if
much from
people
memories
want
as
to
well.
actually
Really
follow,
looking forward to.
yeah,
Oops, sorry, my internet's just
2024.
bumping me
Yeah,
again. Sorry.
keep me posted, Hanit, like what's happening, right? I'll definitely miss everyone. So like hope to see then maybe the next year after this. Yeah, life has been
So sorry,
busy
Ishan, I think we'll
lately.
miss you.
Okay.
There's dedicated slide for you, Ishan, always because I think I keep saying this again and again, but yeah, Ishan, you're sort of the mentor for me because everything that I've been introduced to in this last 2 years, coming into this community, developer community, sharing my knowledge, CreatorCon, I think I've got a really good push from you. I'll definitely miss you this year.
Mm. No, no, I need that. Like you have done the effort as well. Like I'll be very, know, open with that. So yeah, it's just that two people can make things set right. So that's why we are here.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I think they because of the timing, like we don't have much people on board on chat today. So let's see if some questions follow up later on. But yeah, until then, I think we can close this.
Yep, absolutely. As Ishan said, so if you've got any other questions on CreatorCon, or if you're presenting this year at CreatorCon, and if you need any help, insights, obviously you can feel free to reach out to either Ishan or me.
Yep. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening to us and going out our experiences. Hope to see you soon, sometime, or speak soon. Yeah. And otherwise, if you're going to Knowledge CreatorCon, just enjoy, have a fun time. Thank you, Anit. Thank you, everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ishan. Thank you everyone for listening to us.